Hello everyone, welcome to Java tutorials. In this session, we'll look into the concept of method overloading. In Java, it is possible to have two or more methods within the same class with the same name to exist, so long as their parameter declarations are different. When we say parameter declaration, it means the number and the type of the data. So for example, let us consider we have created a class sample. And in this class sample, we are having two methods. Let's consider this is class sample. And this class sample have method named disp. Let us assume return type is void. Something written in the body. Also, we have another method disp. But now this disp take one input parameter. Let's consider it's taking an input of or parameters of integer data type. Then we say this disp is a overloaded method. Similarly, we can have another disp method in which there are two input parameters, one of integer a and second integer b. It doesn't mean that there is one parameter here and two parameters over here. Let us assume we have another method disp, but now the data type which is taking or the parameter which is taking, it's of float data type. So now we are having disp method 4 times, but every time the parameter list or parameter declaration is changing. So we say disp is overloaded, and this method is said to be function overloading or nothing but method overloading. And it is based on this concept, the one of the pillar of object-oriented programming, that is polymorphism, is achieved. So let us have a small example based on this. We have created the class name sample. So let us first create the class sample, public void public class sample. So now let me save this first. Let me save in the parent folder. Just a second. And I save it by the same name as sample.java. Yes, it got saved. Now the very first thing, we'll create that method disp without a parameter. So let's say here we are displaying hello world system. So we write system.out.println hello world. Okay, and let us have another method, same disp, but we are overloading it by changing the parameter. In previous case, here we were having 0 parameters. Now here we are having a single parameter. So let's consider we write over here first overloaded method, system.out.println, or let's simply write overloaded method. Okay, let's have a main method in this, public static void main string array args, whatever the name you can give it. And anyways, both are this disp as well as the overloaded disp, both are non-static methods. So in that case, you need to call upon these methods. We need to create object of this class sample. So let us create object s equal to new sample. So we created the object and also initialize it. Now using this, we can call upon the method this without a parameter and also with parameter. So let's consider I pass some value 10. Okay, let's compile this. First, we need to go to the parent folder. My parent folder is located somewhere over here. Okay, so I compile Java C. Name of class is sample. So we are getting sample.java. Oh, it's worked. And now let's execute this. So Java sample. So we are using the object S. We are able to call upon the method this. First, this without any parameter, and second this with parameter. So we are just overloaded the method this. So let's consider we have let's try out other things also, in which we'll first pass two integer values, void this int a comma int b. Let us say here we are just writing sum is equal to whatever the values we will pass. So system.out.println sum equal to, let us say we just write down over here a plus b in bracket instead of creating some another variable and then saying that variable c is equal to a plus b and then displaying the value. Instead of doing that, we'll just display over here. And let's consider now we overload this. Here we'll pass a single parameter, but now we'll pass float. Let's consider it's float b. And here we write something different so that we'll understand which method is getting called. So let's consider value passed. Okay, that's better. Value passed equal to, and let's pass display the value of b. Okay, so now we have these three methods, four methods. Now this we are having for this method with different parameter declaration. So we said this space overloaded. Now let's call upon the third disk where we are passing two values. Let's consider we pass 10 comma 15, and the last case we say this we write 10.5 f because we are passing float value. So let's recompile this. Yeah, it worked without any error. And now let's execute this sample. Yes. So this is how we overload the method. So in general, when we say about function overloading, it's nothing but it's a function having it's multiple functions sharing same name but different parameter list. Okay, and it's not required when we are saying in Java, it should not require that you require the parent-child relationship, nothing like that. You can have that even in the same class. And even if it happens you are having parent-child relationship, yes, even parent-child relationship, you can have the concept, or you can have some functions to be overloaded. Okay, that's it for this session. In the case you have liked the video, then hit like and click on subscribe. Thank you.